I was honored to be asked to give a testimony of how I met and fell in love with Darnell. If you don't know Darnell, most of you do if you're visiting. She's sitting right over here. If you're visiting, she's the dark-headed one over here with her hand up. I don't know, this is going to kind of be I don't really know what to expect. I haven't rehearsed this a whole lot, so I'm going to kind of speak right from the heart, just from some of the memories I have, and share them with you. Just a couple of things. A lot of the things I may say in past tense, I want everybody, especially Darnell, to probably also consider it present tense as well. But we met back in the summer of 1988, actually late spring of 1988. Darnell's brother and I worked together at a factory in Apex, and they had a program where they had summer hires, and Darnell was a summer hire that year. So sometime, I guess, I don't know, late May or so, she shows up at work, and just kind of, I guess, a Monday morning or something, her first day or two there. About all I can remember is the first time I ever made eye contact with her, or that we made eye contact with each other. We were wearing this.
That's a good
I won't leave that on. I don't want to distract from the rest of the service, but that was the first time we laid our eyes on each other. And I knew there had to be something real if we found each other attractive, and that led to a date. There had to be something to this. But anyway, Darnell was very clever. She used these little subtle tricks to kind of reel me in. I can remember first day or two there, I saw her and I thought she was beautiful. The thing that sticks out to me is her, I didn't think I'd do this, her smile. Her smile just glowed. It jumped out. And anyway, a few days there at work, we'd meet in the hall and we'd make eye contact. And one day, Darnell, her clever self, I think she gave her brother some candy or something going down the hall. And I knew what she was up to. And I asked her where mine was. Got me a piece of candy. Then we kind of started talking a little bit. And the next thing you know, and this is so true that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I think it's kind of neat how this came together. But we talked a little bit at lunch or at break, and anyway, that it came up how much I love to eat, and I really love lasagna. And I asked Darnell if she would make me a lasagna. I said, you just bring it to work, I just love lasagna. She talked about how much she loved to cook, and anyway, she was pretty clever. She said, well, I'll make you one, but you got to come over to my place and get it. Or Wallace and Beverly's place. It wasn't quite like that, but anyway. I kind of worked this whole eating thing, and she kind of worked this whole cooking thing, and it ended up in a date. And just another funny thing, I went over there, I ate, and I may get this wrong, so please correct me. And I hate to say this, especially with my kids here, because I don't encourage this until they're married. Now, I'm not going there. I think it was our first date. It might have been our second date. I was leaving. I had a great time. Got to meet Wallace and Beverly and spend time with Darnell. She fixed me a nice lasagna supper. And I was standing on just a little tiny, probably a 4x4 or so porch. And I was telling Darnell good night. And pretend this is the step off the porch. I gave her a real sweet kiss, if I remember correctly. And gosh, I wish I could say it was my 20th date or I was married with my kids, but I think it was maybe the first. Knowing me. Anyway, I kissed her. It was not a long one, just a short one. And I went off the step and fell right on my rear guard. But anyway, that's kind of how I was attracted to her, how we met, went on our first date. You know, I will have to admit this, I'm going to be very real. At that time in my life, I was saved. I had given my life to Christ when I was about 13 years old. But I had no way at that point in my life was living a life where I was in church regularly and God was the Lord of my life. In other words, I wasn't living like I should. And some of the things that I saw in Darnell, you know, you can't really define how you fall in love. I may not have been seeking a biblical, godly woman, but I found one.
Amen.
And some of the things that attracted me to her and made our love grow was her passion, her love for life, her convictions, very strongly convicted, just a solid moral values. She invited me to church down here, and you know, if it hadn't been for her, I don't, you know. She was a very important part of my life that drew me closer to God, as well as giving me a good biblical wife to raise children with. So I could probably go on and on. Oh, there's pictures up there. Man, look at that in the middle. That might have been a year after we were married, but is that not the prettiest young graduate you've ever seen?